So hello to the board. Just wanted to give you some level of a video update as to some construction. You can see in the bathrooms, they've started to put the hangers up for the HVAC ducting, the heating ducting and ventilation ducting. In addition, they have taken out the urinals and the other, I guess, equipment, fixtures. Thanks, Tom. Tom's in here with me. The equipment, they've taken out the heat register, and they are basically just beginning the demo of the washrooms on all the levels. This one just happens to be the A-wing boys or men's room, and looking forward to seeing this demo work progress and moving along with this part of the project. So this is our first video update, and we will piece together pieces today for you so that the board has an understanding of where we are. Obviously our goal would be to keep everybody safe, so we're doing this in lieu of having people come into the building. So we'll be back in just a minute with another picture, another video. So welcome back to our little tour here. Board, you can see that they have been running the conduit for our new fire system. It's going to be fully integrated. We have a new annunciator panel. I'm going to have Tom make sure I don't trip as I'm walking so that we can show you where that panel is. And then we'll figure out the next thing we want to show you. But all the boxes are in. This part of the project is progressing quite nicely. And again, this is part of our health and safety. This is why we continued this work even as we were on a shutdown for a while. But as we move into the nurse's office, there is an electrical panel just inside of here, and our new annunciator panel for our fire system will be housed here. It replaces the old one, which was in the switch closet. So that little thing manned our entire system. So again, part of our goal for this project was health and safety in addition to ADA upgrades, and this annunciator panel will be able to give us more accurate information when there is an alarm that goes off.
Can I comment?
Tom wants to comment, so go ahead, Tom.
So we have 5 sensors throughout the whole building to monitor for smoke and fire, and with this new system we're going to have over 200.
So that keeps our students, our faculty, and our staff, and any community user of the building certainly much more safe. Thanks, Tom. So one part of the project that isn't the most interesting or sexy is just cleaning out the chem storage area. So we're in the process of cleaning out the chem storage area. We're going to be storing the chemicals in areas with appropriate ventilation. One of those places is our archive room, which has great ventilation. That would be for our most volatile type chemicals that we have to store. But we are in good shape here. You've got Kat Westerveld and Ted Green doing an amazing job coming in, working on this, packing things up safely, and our goal is to make sure that those things that we can keep, we're going to keep. Those things that we're going to dispose of, we're going to dispose of. In the back corner, you can see where they have roughed in some of the piping for the new heating system. So we are starting to see that type of work going on throughout our science classrooms. And again, everything that we're seeing is in preparation of doing the demolition and then the reconstruction. So again, I'm in one of the science lab rooms, and we can see, again, we've got the rough in for the heating supply and return. Obviously they didn't terminate those because as these walls will be moved, we want to make sure that everything's in the right spot. We don't have to do that twice. In addition, the board can see that they have done some ceiling and roof penetrations for the new HVAC system and airflow system. So you can see that right up here through, again, we're just in one of the lab rooms. You're seeing similar penetrations in the rooms on the 3rd floor. So in the science lecture room, which used to be the old chem lecture room, you can see again we've got the hangers for the ductwork, and again the roughed in plumbing for the supply and return for the heating system. Board will remember through the specs, 7 rooms will become 6. So it's important to just imagine what this space is going to look like. It's going to be very different as we move into the summer and we see a lot of work going on. But again, this is something we are looking forward to, seeing some 21st century classrooms for our science instruction at the high school. Okay, we're in another room. This is Mike Mallon's old room. Well, I guess it's still his room because the year's not technically over, but you've got in some of that ductwork that I was talking about where we had those hangers in some of the other rooms. They've got everything nice and sealed tight so that nothing gets in them as we're doing demo and as we're doing construction. And again, this is just part of the HVAC system for this room to make sure that there's appropriate ventilation. And we're, again, going to move on to another space. So again, I'm in Mr. Rayo's room. I'll say hi, Mr. Rayo.
Hey!
There he is. He's packing up boxes. And they've taken out the AHUs, air handler units. We have the new ones on site, but we didn't want to bring them into the rooms while they're getting ready for demo and then obviously reconstruction. But again, that beautiful ductwork is all in this room. It's roughed in, and again, it's going to be a real nice air handler unit that's going to provide, you know, the safety and the airflow for our kids as per all the specs, just to make sure that everybody is healthy and safe and well. And a lot of work to be done, but the pace of work seems to escalate when I think it's starting to slow down. So if you haven't been to O'Neill recently, they've installed most of the light pole bases for the area alongside the visitor parking lot and administrative parking lot. So those they've been working on. It's been a little bit loud to sit here and work with it, but it's coming right along. And they're out here every day, Whispering Pines. They're working tirelessly, and things are moving along. Again, I'm not an expert on construction, but there is a lot of work going on to make sure this site work is getting done. And Tom and I are going to take a quick walk over here if they let us. We don't get in trouble, and take a look inside the fence. You do not want people going inside the fence. That's why I'm going to take a quick video. So what you can see here, we are on the Debbie Crow Field, or what will soon become the Debbie Crow Field. And they are working on this drainage system, the retainage system. I'm going to hand the phone over to Tom because I'm wearing sandals with maroon socks, of course. And I'm not allowed to go down in there to take a look at it. So Tom's going to go take a look over there and he'll narrate what's going on.
How we doing, board? We're heading down there now. So as Frank said, this is going to be our retainage system where we collect the water to water the softball field. So it's just big tunnels in with a membrane. This will just hold the water.
So as we look down the sideline, you can imagine this is our field, our Debbie Crow Field. This will be a full multi-purpose field, striped and lined, just like the Waldo Wood Field. There'll be a 2-lane walking area around it. We've got curved with lines. And our goal, sorry about the abrupt stop there, but our goal is to use these fields for all sorts of purposes. Obviously for athletic, for physical education as well, for wellness. Having that little walking area around it increases its function, and we are happy to be able to offer that. You can see our light bases for the lighting at this field have been installed. We've got the 4 of them. You can't see the other one because it's behind a big pile and I'm not allowed to walk over there. I keep getting cold. So this area is coming together. I've been watching this area outside my window for about a year. It started out as just big piles of rock, and now you can see it's starting to shape out. It's starting to get more level, and again, you've got this area here being built up, this area here being dug down, and this will be a wonderfully level field. Again, you can't see, but we'll try to get a view of it. That senior rock is still there. They're working around that. That was something that we had discussed. We wanted to make sure that we kept that little element of O'Neill tradition and history for our seniors. And again, we're working around that to make sure that that little piece of O'Neill stays, that little piece of O'Neill. You can see that they have tore out the little concrete planter bases. This will all have fresh asphalt, will all be integrated into the new traffic flow system for O'Neill. And it's just, sometimes I sit back and say, I can't believe what we, the board, the administration, obviously our contractor teams, our construction manager, our architect, I can't believe the amount of work that we are doing together to benefit generations of our students to come. So again, we're installing more light bases here. How you doing?
It's going.
Good, good. Got some of our friendly neighborhood contractors who are working hard. Some drainage going in. There's Senior Rock. A little stroll with the superintendent on a wonderful Friday afternoon in May. So as we approach this here, you can see that we have the Jim Cannon tree and the Jim Cannon memorial there. We also have a spot for another light base. So we're going to be relocating the Jim Cannon tree safely to another spot that gives it adequate sun, adequate ventilation, but also a place of honor for Jim. And Tom is working real hard with the Steves to make sure that we identify that spot, but that tree should transplant very nice. So again, we're just strolling up towards just beyond our softball field. I wish our kids were here. But you can see the pole barn is starting to take shape. As we did away with the maintenance shed, that's created kind of a burden on Tom and the Steves and Pete and Paul and Chris as far as maintaining our equipment. So this will be a welcome re-addition to our program. They framed it about 2 weeks ago. They sided it last week, put the roof on it. Still got rough framing on the inside, but they're working on it currently every day. I think that's Conestoga's working on that, Tom?
Yeah, they finished the inside.
Oh, Tom's saying that they finished the inside. That's what happens when I don't come out here for a couple days.
Yeah, they insulated it, put the walls up.
So they insulated it and put the walls up. I should have Tom narrate this. So there it is. I can see it from here. If you can see it, it's starting to look good. So I think we're going to get to this piece today before my phone loses battery.
But the ceiling came out remarkable.
So here it is. Tom, what are the panels made of for the walls?
What was that about?
What are the panels on the walls?
What are they? I don't know.
It
It's
looks-
plywood.
Looks like, yeah, I think it is plywood.
Yeah, I think it's plywood.
Yep.
Because we didn't want to go with sheetrock.
No, no,
Because you
no.
bump up against it.
Yeah, and you're probably
and
going to put
holes in it.
hangers and things up to
Yep.
it too, so. Ceiling looks great. You got that corrugated steel roof or ceiling on the inside.
The original plans have the lights hanging.
Yep.
We request that they flush them if there's no cost. There's no
Okay.
cost.
So we're gonna have flush mount ceiling, lighting fixtures here. Cement floor is all done. And this room is not ready to occupy yet. You got fixtures and whatnot to put in. But it came together in about 3 weeks total. So if you ever need a house built, pole barn may be the way.